Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we keep on asking questions and finding out more information that should not be surprising to us anymore. Because indeed, all of this has been scripted. The question is, how long time ago? Who was the director of this movie and who still is the director of this movie? Who actually commissioned, who ordered that script, who put it together, and what is the grand finale of this movie experience? Because I'm telling you, the longer we go into it, the more stuff is coming up. In today's video, I will be presenting to you two very interesting coincidences, which I don't believe in regards to the story that we have been fed, and that is this entire assassination, memorial, and all of that topic, everything that's connected to it. But I will also take you, just for a change, to a different region, and that is Ukraine, and some, let's say, people from the region of Israel, as well as a topic of Poland that is really connected to the other two that I just mentioned, besides the Kirk assassination and his wife story. So guys, before I start with this video, I would like to say huge thank you, and I really mean it when I read your names, how grateful I am for every single donation that you contribute to my work and you help me with my work. Thank you so much for donating on PayPal to Steven, Tatiana, Herman, and that is it. Thank you guys very, very much, as well as for all your comments that are fantastic, for the thumbs up and the subscription. I've lost quite a number of subscribers because it was triggering some people, and I understand this, I respect that, but I see that I have gained few new ones, and I want to welcome you. I hope the content I provide will bring you some value and will stimulate your own critical thinking, and remind you to use your own discernment and not to believe in anything anyone is saying, including me. Is just another scenario that maybe you will be coming across, and you have to listen to your voice, your intuition, your gut, and come to your own conclusions. So where do we begin? Let's start with the movie. How about that?
There's a movie called Snake Eyes, which came out in 1998. And in that movie, U.S. politician Charles Kirkland is assassinated at a live event by a shot through the neck. Charles Kirkland, like Charles Kirk. And obviously, Charlie Kirk was also shot in the neck, allegedly, right? Well, in the movie Snake Eyes, the heavyweight boxer Lincoln Tyler is in the ring during the assassination. Tyler, like Tyler Robinson. And in Gematria, Lincoln Tyler is 165, like Tyler Robinson is 165. And his nickname is the Executioner. Okay? Well, the big part here, guys, in the movie Snake Eyes, the assassination occurs on September 10th. Charlie Kirk was allegedly assassinated on September 10th. Can you believe this, guys? You guys got to share this with everyone you can. This is undeniable. And also, see how Nicolas Cage is doing the hands like Charlie Kirk. Also, Donald Trump does that hand sign. And also, we're in the year of the snake right now. It's called Snake Eyes. But wow, just you put that all together. Charles Kirkland shot in the neck. Lincoln Tyler equals Tyler Robinson. And you're telling me the assassination in the movie happened on September 10th, the same day the Charlie Kirk event happened? Oh my goodness. There's a movie called...
All right, so let's talk about it for a moment. Just for a moment. We're gonna go to a short trailer from that very movie, We're gonna play it. We're gonna look at it. I know many of you know how it works. They tell us in advance what they are planning to do. And the way how the reality is being created, well, I will simplify it in a way. It's you have an idea, the idea is created, a scenario, a movie is created. The audience goes to the movie and watch it. The story itself does not have any energy or emotion unless there is an observer who is watching it, feeling it, because this is the energy. The emotion is energy and motion. So people are feeling it. They are paying attention to it. Again, the energy flows where the attention goes. That's how the whole Hollywood works. They are summoning the energy, right? Your focus, your energy, your emotions. So you keep on watching a movie that is probably like a blockbuster movie, like one of the best movies in that time, sells a lot of tickets, millions and millions of people go and watch it, just a movie all around the world. And they are giving the energy to it, and they are literally, and I know it sounds crazy, but just some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. We are talking quantum physics and creating reality for real. And you create it. You help them to manifest that reality because there is enough energy put into it. And also people remember it. This was in 1998. So how many years ago? 27? But that's not the end of the story. And I know that many of you are not into gematria, and it's not my main focus here. The main focus is there was a movie that had the plot similar to what took place. The names of the characters were the same, almost the same. And the day of the assassination was exactly the same. Of course, not the year, but the day and the month. Coincidence, right? For sure. So that's one thing. Now, let's play this trailer. And then we go to another coincidence that is actually related to a song. But let's stay on this movie with Nicolas Cage.
I'm on TV. Hi, Rick Santoro. Hello, Richard Santoro. I'm Ricky, and I am the king! Pepperoni, sausage, Canadian bacon. Listen, why don't you just get the deluxe and save time, all right? Look, I got business. Call me back in 5. There he is! There's the man whose life I want!
And now, the distinguished Secretary of Defense.
Great idea. Put a flashing light on your head while you're at it.
Well, why are you so uptight? It's fight night!
Running security tonight. I got a lot on my mind.
Watch carefully.
That seem right to you?
Kevin, that is right in so many ways.
No, I mean, beautiful woman alone at a fight.
So let me analyze a few things here, just something to point at, and maybe that will help us. Let's just see. We have some Minister of Defense, that's first thing. We have some woman who looks like a honeypot. And let's continue here.
Crime is about to be committed.
Now listen to me, Mr. Secretary. I am telling you, you're the one that's going to be sorry.
You will be a witness. And the hardest thing to spot will be the truth.
I'm a homicide
And the hardest thing to spot will be the truth.
detective and a material witness. You can't hold 14,000 people. Those are 14,000 eyewitnesses!
We have 1,500 cameras. 800 on the casino side, 720 on the hotel side.
What are you looking for?
Okay, so this I read, those cameras that they were showing here, I read as this was an event that was, I think, was it streamed live? Yes, it was streamed live all around the world. So even though this is from 1998, I don't remember the YouTube situation in the time, but of course nowadays is different. This represents to me the cameras were everywhere. Okay, that's one aspect. But the other is the screens. So the screens were everywhere. So international. Could be many meanings here. But let's continue with this.
What are you looking for?
He's a phantom punch! You said
And it says, believe everything.
down exactly when they wanted you to. They miss him with that second shot. Missed you.
I'm betting that the redhead you follow is the same person who told Tyler to throw the fight. She's 1, Shooter's 2, Tyler's 3. The drunk who shouted the signal's 4. Whoever was on the other end of that radio was 5.
5 people make a conspiracy, right?
It sounds like he's conducting a very dangerous investigation.
I'm not gonna let you kill her.
Please, Rick. You're all alone on this. The house wins.
Okay, so it ends with the house wins. So what house? And before that, they said 5 people. So were there 5 people involved in this? Okay, guys, I will attach the link down below in the description box. You can look at it yourself again, and maybe you come to different conclusions, or you have some aha moments with different idea. That's why we are here, because they have been playing us like there is no tomorrow, for real. The day after tomorrow, another movie, right? Now let's go to the song. That's interesting too, because again, I'm not surprised. Maybe one day I record a video about the song that was put out before Princess Diana's death. That's another story. Another story completely different, because I have a lot to say as far as Princess Diana goes. I will play this song in regards to Charlie Kirk story. Let's take a listen.
So I tell my wife that it's officially Charlie Kirk Remembrance Day on October 14th. And you know what she says to me? She says, oh, like the song. Like the song.
It was the 14th of October and that t-shirt off your shoulder.
It was the 14th of October and that t-shirt off your shoulder. You took my hand and we pretended like I was your guy.
I love you. I love you so much.
But when I tried to guess your middle name, do you know just a few short days ago I heard that his middle name was James and his middle name was James, so I decided that I would guess what the middle name was of the Utah governor. And did you guess it like I did? That's right. Middle name. I tried to guess your middle name. And you know what the next line is? For 30 minutes, we played that game. J, the 10th letter of the alphabet. 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 30. For 30 minutes, we played that game. In that Coldplay song you were singing, this song was written in 2017, and Coldplay just happened to make a pretty big splash in the news recently, taking shots like it was nothing. Do I even need to go there? Oh, and all the shots from there and shots from there, that's just muddying the waters, so you don't know it was fake. Did the Running Man, you loved it, kind of made me think of something. You brushed your blonde hair and kissed me out of nowhere.
I know. I love you so much.
I can still show you the spot where it all went down. Do you know they already paved over this area? Seems kind of strange for a crime scene. Maybe it's because they don't want anyone taking any fake blood and trying to do DNA with it. Oh, and just a reminder, that song is called Unforgettable. Kind of like that's probably the most unforgettable thing that has ever happened to this generation of kids that they're trying to traumatize like they did to me and people my age with 9/11. But I'm sure the creator of that song is a really good guy. And they made sure that he celebrated his 33rd birthday in the news. And oh, guess when his birthday is? March 30th or 3:30, people. But of course, this definitely isn't predictive programming. It's all a series of coincidences. Entertainment only. Come on.
So what do you think, guys? I know it's a bit of crazy, right? The conspiracy is too much conspiracy. No, it's just simple. Everything is simple. Yeah, it's simple. They are lying to us. They are lying to us, guys. And the writer, the writer of this song or the artist who performed it is making that sign again. The horns, thumbs this way, thumbs the other way, doesn't matter which way anymore. I have to say, before I go to the next topics, that, you know what? I was suspicious a bit because my first suspicion started when she came out and gave the speech from the studio. Tipping Point USA studio. I felt like it's like feels different, like it's not her. That was my first sense. Then I had a feeling, actually before that I had a feeling, and I will tell you who I don't trust, who I really don't trust. I'm very suspicious of that person. I had a feeling when J.D. Vance with his wife and her went to Utah to pick up Charlie's body. And when I saw J.D. Vance coming down the stairs, I just had this feeling. It was nothing in that picture that was creating my discomfort, but I just had this like intuitive feeling, like something is off. Like I don't trust him, okay? I never really fully trusted him, but I had this sense like something is not feeling good. Even though the whole situation was something to admire and praise and appreciate, that they went to pick up his body with the honors and took it to Arizona. That's another story. I'm talking about my sense. So when I look at this, there are 3 people in this picture that I really don't trust. I don't trust whoever this person is that is looking like his wife, because to me, it's not even her. That's how I see it. I don't trust J.D. Vance, and there is one guy who I don't trust, is that guy, his name is Andrew, and he is the PR person for the Turning Point, sorry, I made a mistake, Turning Point, not Tipping Point, Turning Point USA. So those are like 3 people that I really don't feel that I trust at all. But I was thinking about this, guys. Let me just show you one of your comments who left this comment. Thank you so much to you, because you share with us a lot of great comments on my channel, guys. And I thank you for that. Someone says here, I live right here, Magda Lakatar. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. The Kirk home is in Scottsdale, was sold 9 months ago, that is January 2025. It was put on the market in the middle of 2024. There is no record of a new home being purchased. Though we are told they live in Scottsdale, Phoenix. In my opinion, they were liquidating assets preparing for 9/10/25. There is a program called Gone with the Wind, and that is what I believe happened here. Nothing is as it seems. Very, very interesting. Thank you so much for leaving your comment. I'm not going to look into Gone with the Wind today, but I will tell you before I close this topic and we go to another interesting one, is that I will present to you maybe 2 scenarios at this moment. There is more than that, but I think for now, I think there are 2 scenarios. That's how I see 3, but I will say 2. There is one that I think he was created to become who he was. He was sponsored, he was funded, he was introduced, even though it looked like natural meeting to her, and the forces entered this relationship. Okay, somehow along the way, I might be off with this, but somehow along the way, he was discovering things that he didn't like and he was not agreeing with, and that was including those so-called sponsors that wanted to have a full control of his narrative because he was changing his perspective and his opinion. They were not just doing that to silence him, they were doing this because they knew that if he will start to present a new narrative to the people who are trusting him, following him, being very loyal to him, loyal followers, he will have a really truly turning point as far as the Israel story goes. Because Candace Owens is one thing, and I know we can question everyone, and we should, but she already made that switch. Is it genuine or not? That's another question, but let's say it is. And in his case, let's say that he was making that turn, this turning point. That would mean a lot of people would be against those so-called sponsors. And where those sponsors reside? Well, they reside in other countries too. But with that, they also knew that he has potential to maybe run, even though he said he would not, in the presidential elections. And that would be a real threat, because those young people who were growing up with him, they can vote, they already know him, they trust him, and that he would have a huge chance to become the next president. That is not convenient if probably you want J.D. Vance to be next. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think this is just about not being pro-sponsors country, but this is about they would lose more power that they already have. And in that way, just a crazy scenario, what if she can become the vice president? Isn't it crazy? But it's possible, isn't it? Because now the level of compassion and the level of trust in her, if there would be now presidential campaign and she would be running, she would have big chance, okay? Big chance. I'm not saying she would win, but let's say there is no more Trump. Just for a moment, we don't want to stay too long on those manifesting things, but let's say. So now who comes to the picture? Who takes over? The vice president. So if he becomes president, who is his vice president? It's just one thought. So now the question is, because maybe those so-called sponsors are not so much for Trump as you think. Maybe they are not. Maybe he's playing this game as well. I'm just saying, maybe he's playing this game as well, knowing very well what they have done. Or maybe he's a part of all of it. Another scenario is that this entire situation has been scripted by the dark forces for a very long time. And you know, like those families, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and all this bloodline, this demonic, satanic, reptilian bloodline, when they plan their so-called lives, miserable existence, they don't plan it for 5 years or 10 years, they plan it for hundreds and hundreds of years, for generations to come. So that's how those movies come to existence as well. So maybe this entire thing was created from the very beginning. We will see. I will keep on looking at things and reporting to you guys, because one thing we have to accept, that we have been lied to, and we really have to question everything. Let's go to the next topic, kind of connected to those so-called sponsors. I'm sure many of you know what is their, I wouldn't say new, it's not new land to them, but they return to kind of their land. It's a big time return. I don't know if you've seen, many videos are circulating, but let's take a look, just one of those videos. By the way, this is in Ukraine.
Україна мати, ми за Україну підемо воювати, батько наш бере. Україна мати, ми за Україну підемо воювати, Бандера.
Okay, so let's read the comments. This is in Ukraine, everyone. I'm sure you've seen some trains and some people with suitcases. So let me read you the comments from the people here. Zelensky brought the brothers, someone says. Here they are, new owners of Ukraine. Zelensky was trying for them. Soon Palestine will become their historical land. So that's what's going on. And this is actually quite serious. It's not a joke at all. I am having a lot of questions, guys, a lot of questions as far as many countries that are around that country, how this all had been agreed to behind the curtain, that's what we're gonna do, because this is not by coincidence at all. This is strategic and this is planned and intentional. And if you just are wondering what is the Netanyahu's next project, maybe that's the next project. Here we go. What is the next country to be touched by the chosen ones?
Israel's prime minister says Turkey will be our next enemy and will face serious consequences in war.
Turkey. And the winner is Turkey. Turkey is the next enemy that will face the consequences of war. So how do you think the second military power in NATO that Turkey is, after United States, I think Turkey is the second largest army, military power, how are they gonna respond to this? We're gonna have a big shit show there, guys. I think this is just the beginning. As far as the shit show goes, I am not giving too much attention to that and not bringing you too much information about it lately, not just because of the Charlie Kirk story, but because of Polish-speaking government trying their best to push the narrative of, you know, war and defending the borders, etc., etc. And when we will create this fear and this, oh my God, what are they doing? And we take it like really serious, like, you know, you get scared and you don't know what to do and you're in a fight and flight mode. That's what they actually want. That's the easiest way to already be controlled, because you're not having the self-control, no ownership of your own thinking. You're completely under the influence of their fear-mongering agenda. That's why I am not paying too much attention and giving all the details, but for today, just for a change, a little bit, I'm gonna tell you what the new ridiculous law, I think it's a law that has been just signed, was announced. So if you're a Polish person and you immigrated to another country, for example, the UK, the United States, it's a little further, but still, you're not untouchable. They might come and find you. You have to go back to Poland. Did you hear me? You have to go back to Poland and you have to register and you have to fight. I don't care where you live. You can live in the middle of Sahara. You have to find a way back home because home is in danger. I'm laughing and smiling because this is just, you can't make this bleep up. You can't. Let me read you the article. I hope you understand what I'm talking about, because sometimes I get in the mode of like the way how ridiculous this is. Let me just translate this into English, guys. Just one moment. I have to go back and then it will translate. Okay. In the event of war, mobilization will also include Poles abroad. Poland has amended the Homeland Defense Act. Yep, everybody, absolutely everybody, everybody, everybody. There was a song like this, right? You remember? In the event of war, the mobilization will also include Poles abroad. Gazeta Wyborcza, that's Polish newspaper, published material which shows that in the event of the outbreak of war, the Polish army will no longer forget about compatriots living outside the country. So now they're gonna remember you. They're gonna remember you. They don't remember you when you come to Poland because you have no rights as far as, you know, you don't have the health insurance, you don't have any of this, but they will now remember you. This is due to the recently introduced changes in the Homeland Defense Act. The new regulations clearly define the rules of mobilization in the event of war and leave no illusions. All Polish citizens between the age of 18 and 60 will be able to be called up for service. Yep. Contrary to the previous rules of military qualifications, the fact of permanent residence abroad or having a tax resident there will not protect against being called up to the army. As the Daily emphasizes, the regulations also apply to Poles with dual citizenship. This information was confirmed by the Ministry of Defense. People who will try to avoid the obligations may face very severe consequences. Let me see those consequences. I think it was mentioned 5 years. Oh yeah, right here. According to information quoted by Gazeta Wyborcza, failure to appear for mobilization is punishable by 3 to 5 years in prison. The Central Military Recruitment Center reminds that people who leave Poland during the war and do not notify the relevant recruitment center must take into account criminal consequences. However, this is important part, everyone. Let's continue. Experts quoted by the Daily emphasize that Poland does not have, I will say again, Poland does not have international agreements that would allow such people to be prosecuted outside the country. That's a good news. However, the problem will arise if someone wants to return to their homeland. Now, quoting this Dr. Tomasz Lewandowski from the university, doesn't matter who he is, he says, as long as you are a citizen of Poland, you have a duty to defend your homeland. So that's what's up, everyone. So if you live in United States, for example, just stay there. Just stay there. If you live in Sahara, just keep enjoying the sun and, you know, If you live in other places, just find the beauty wherever you are and focus on it. Because the country you came from might not treat you in the most loving way that you would expect. Even if you bring your money, even if you want to invest, even if you want to create jobs, even if you want to spend your money and support the economy. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I know I'm becoming very sarcastic. You have to have a sense of humor with all of this, because otherwise it's exactly what would happen. You will go crazy. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to go crazy. So let's not go crazy. Let's just take a deep breath. Remember that there is someone, something, I don't know if it's someone, something bigger than all of this, demonic entities and screenplays and movies and energies and lies, that there is something that is pure, real, truth, that has integrity, and is not confusing. I don't know if this is from the Bible or where was this quote, that God is the clarity, God is not confusion. So let's be clear, we know what's going on, and if we don't know the details, at least we know that we are not stupid and we see through the BS. I will attach the links down below in the description box. I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you so much for hitting thumbs up if this video brings you any value. For subscribing to my channel, I welcome all the new subscribers here, and leaving your fantastic comments. I appreciate them all. All the thank you, Anya, for doing it. I appreciate as well. And to those of you who choose to and can support my work, the best way is to become my Patreon supporter or donate on PayPal. You also have locals community as well. And if you have Instagram, follow me there. It's AnyaK_44. You find the link down below as well. Lots of love, everyone. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. And I see you in another video. Bye, guys.